Mosley's new party began increasingly leaning into fascist policies, and after suffering an election failure in 1931, Mosley began a tour studying rising fascist movements across Europe. After being particularly inspired by Benito Mussolini's new movement in Italy, he returned to Britain to set up the British Union of Fascists, a new party that promoted an anti-communist, nationalist and authoritarian agenda. The party proved initially popular, with it boasting a membership of 50,000 members at its height, and found support in the British tabloids. Despite this initial limited success, Mosley did find some opposition among the British public. His rallies and party meetings were frequently disrupted by the public, which led to Mosley creating a group of paramilitary stewards named the Blackshirts, like the fascist Italian militia they were trying to imitate. The Blackshirts' attraction to violence would eventually sow Mosley's downfall, as they became involved in several violent confrontations with communist and Jewish groups in London, and even began inciting riots. It was around this time he supposedly met up with that group of flat-cap gangsters in Birmingham, but we'll save that for the TV show. At an especially large rally at Olympia in London in 1934, the violence from the Blackshirts created particularly bad publicity for the party, coupled with the Night of the Long Knives in Germany, saw Mosley's fascist party lose its support from the British tabloids. Despite the negative reception Mosley was receiving, he leant further into the same fascist and nationalist rhetoric that was being spread through Germany and Italy as well. He began organising marches with his Blackshirts through areas with a high proportion of Jewish residents, which often resulted in violence, such as the infamous Battle of Cable Street. Mosley had become such a danger, and probably much to do with worries of his movement catching on, the government introduced a bill banning political uniforms and military-style organisations, which came into effect in 1937. This severely limited Mosley's reach and made him vulnerable when making public appearances, with him being knocked unconscious by a crowd in Liverpool.